Hello, welcome to Roleplay Cafe. It is Tuesday night in our off week, so we are back to Symbaroum campaigns. This is session number 13, I think. 13 or 14. Dale's turn to GM, and there he is, wearing the Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt. His favorite t-shirt, I think, really, when it comes down to it. Myself there, next to Larazor, and below us, Todd as Cabello. I'm playing Taro, and David, unfortunately, had to do real-life adult things like work, which really stinks, but that's the way it goes. David, unfortunately, won't be here. So Dale's going to have to fly by the seat of his pants here, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but and again, this
for those of you scoring at home, watch closely. Dale's flying by the seat of his pants.
Making this up as I go, as Indiana Jones said. Okay, all right. Last we left off, our intrepid heroes, Taro was standing up the stairwell out of the tomb with the. What was it? I know it was an artifact.
Decanter that's supposed to be able to cure our friend Malleus back at Thistlehold.
Yes, as I'm sure Joran followed in suit, strumming his, writing notes or strumming his flute. Your intrepid follower. Bonner and Cabello stood in watch and proceeded to follow up afterwards. Okay. I'll let y'all pick right there. I know you got, you're expected to meet, did write down his name, the barge master.
I don't know if I did either. I'm sure I did.
My notebook.
I know it was. It was. I know. I got it written up too. Ralph.
Yeah, Rafelio. Something like Rafelio?
Ralph Deer.
Ralph Deer.
Ralph Deer. Yeah, Ralph Deer. Yes.
Ralph Deer.
Nice.
So, but the where you disembarked, you expect to meet on return because you got to get back to Thistlehold, or at least that was the original plan to bring this to Malleus fighting for him.
Oh wait a minute! No, I'm missing a notes here. That's we got where? Okay, wait. Where are we just coming out of? Because my last notes are saying the temple ruin in the ravine, and I came out with the stone box.
No, that was my session. So David's session was the
David's session with.
We were in the temple with the wraiths, and
down the river on the barge.
Yeah, you guys slew the wraiths, and Taro grabbed the decanter out of the sarcophagi and ran up the steps, and that's where we ended it. That was the last session. That was David's session. So your notes are my last session.
Oh, so where are the notes from that? What I use? That's weird. Okay. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
So we
the Jazora Temple. That's where we were at.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Bonner and Cabello looked up the stairs, if you recall that, and because Cabello had been really reluctant about Taro's need to embellish his exports with this bard following us.
Right.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Okay, I thought that would be something to tie you in, and you're standing beside Bonner as you watch him exit the temple. But I'll let y'all pick up right there. I mean, other than the appointed round, find with the barge master, head back, and that was with.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Taro will wait. He will clear the temple down into the floor of the Davakar forest and wait for his colleagues to join him as they. And then, what time of the day is it? Or because we got here from the river all in one day and did this. I'm wondering if there's enough time. Of course, he's not going to come back for us till tomorrow, so we can camp here. Or we can camp along the river.
Remind me, is this on a little lake or is it on the river?
It's off the river. So we were on the Aenorn River. He dropped us off. We hiked in to the temple, and now we got to hike back to the river drop off. But we could camp here. We could camp at the river.
I think David left the map in the Discord chat.
Okay, all right. Discord chat. Did he pin it?
Don't know.
No pinny.
Not.
Let me see. I don't even know if I can find it. Whoops, Jason. Here we go. Simba Room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, okay, I remember these graphics he put up. Yeah.
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 David
And we're
always
all
puts it there, it is.
orientated.
Joran. Okay. Right.
So
Yes.
we're at Majorla Run's vault is where we're actually coming
There
out
we
of.
are. Now, can we pin this?
I think I
Can we-
can. You may be able to, or I might be able to. I'm not certain how you pin. Pin message.
Right,
There we go.
Right,
I just did.
Right. What? You can see that pin message?
Yeah. So at the very top now, it should be. You can click the pin at the top of the Discord, and it should be
There
there.
you go. There
So
you
there's
go.
that.
There you go.
Okay. Cool.
The River Eonor, you'll travel back down, or at least that was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
As the Bardsman returns the next morn. All right, he has to drop his
Okay.
load
So we
off.
could wait. We could wait here this evening. I'm fine with that. Says Caballo.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll have evening's entertainment too. As
Right. So Terrell will begin to pull off his backpack and secure the decanter firmly in his backpack. Make sure it's wrapped tightly in a cloak or a bed, a blanket or something, and store it in my backpack so it's safe. The decanter that we need for Malleus. And then I'll begin to collect firewood, etc., to aid in Cabello's camp making, right?
okay,
I will get things set up as per normal
And
operating.
Joran,
procedures.
I don't give him orders. I mean, Joran's supposed to follow us around and chronicle what we do, so I just leave him be. I don't know what Bonner's doing.
Yeah, what is Bonner doing? Because I think Caballo's kind of, he's seen a lot of these priests of Prios, and they're pontificating, but there's something about Bonner that's kind of sparked an interest in Caballo. Like he wants
if
to
you remember
hear
the last time he took some high steps up to the temple when he was entering it, almost went past you, right? So there was an urgency. And the description, I believe, that the vines and everything was going inward toward the temple, right? He looks contemplative, like a lot on his mind that he's weighing. He's also had that speech with that talk with the priest on the ship before he got out. So he looks, if you got a fire going, he's sitting there, he's more contemplative than anything. And he makes little glances to the river as well as the temple. Right? He's deep in thought. Now, all
Perhaps,
NPC.
perhaps he misses Thoraya. Maybe that's all it is, Cabello. He just misses his surrogate father, Thoraya.
He cuts you a glance in a moment and shakes his head and goes back into his musings.
We have, 10 days rations. So I will divvy up some food eats for tonight. So that would put us at 9 days rations as a group, right? This is held over from you guys' last foray into the Davokar.
Okay.
Hardtack, it's designed to be stored, etc. So we got to tear it off and chew it up. Kind of a hardtack
Yes.
jerky.
Well,
Hard
we're used
cheese,
to that.
yeah.
We're used to that. Yeah, munching away on that. So the priest there, the Theurge, Dagomari, and Fantino, like where are they? Are they?
They're on the
They
boat.
stayed on the barge.
They stayed on the barge. Okay.
They traveled onward and they dropped you off. He's just going to get you on the return trail.
Okay.
It'll be the next morning.
All right.
So Bonner's up, moving around a little bit. He's taking particular interest in the fauna or the flora.
Yes.
But yeah,
Oh, Okay.
So it just looks like he's kind of taking stock of the surroundings and the leaves and the vines and the trees and whatnot, and their pathways, the matrix of it all.
Don't go far, Bonner. It will get dark soon. We don't want you wandering far off.
No.
He stops a little bit and pulls his circles a bit tighter. It stays as it is, starting to drop a little bit. You can hear the canopy, the wildlife in the canopy and birds and whatnot. It seems pretty full of wildlife here. One of you, well, both of you actually, make a notice roll, which would be just
Vigilant?
Vigilance?
vigilant. Yes, thank you.
Any modifiers?
Yeah, no, just straight.
So, yes, tarot is successful.
No.
Okay. Taro Cabello must be bemused with Bonner's thing, but Taro, you do notice that while you're looking at the area where the ship disembarked, or where you disembarked from the ship, the barge, and it pulled away, you see. Now, how long has Taro been with us? Because as far as in this campaign.
From the beginning, but I just ran the first session, so I couldn't play Taro when I ran the first session, but he's been with the group from the beginning.
That's fine. We play a lot of games, so I want to make sure I say this right. You do recognize something that strikes a memory with you almost immediately. You probably wouldn't discern something from your vantage point, but as I'm taking that you're sitting down or whatever, you see something in the mud, the hard mud packed soil around the area where you did disembark that you didn't originally see. And it seems to be a print in the mud.
So I will stand with my hardtack, grab my sword. I'll leave my shield there. I'll pull my sword and I'll tear off a bite of my hardtack and walk over and with my sword blade kind of tap the soil and kneel down and take a closer look at this this track. This
as you do, I said track, and it is. It looks, but it's. You can tell whoever made it leaned more to the side in this particular track. So you see almost half an indenture of. It looks like a large, and that's when it strikes you, a large webbed footprint.
Okay.
On the ground, and then you do notice several of the same that's been intermixed and impressed into the mud, which is somewhat hardened up. You do notice your prints on top of that as y'all disembarked. You know what I mean? And drug your things, but you've obscured that, but you didn't originally see it.
Do these look like human, or do they look like beast creature?
Well, you've come in contact with these creatures before. You can remember.
Okay.
As far as drawing an obvious conclusion as far as to your mind, it seems to be the Ambrians that would lay these tracks.
The duck people.
The duck things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the heck are those called?
Not Ambrian. Andrex.
No,
Andrex. Yeah, Andrex.
I'm
okay.
an Ambrian.
Andrex,
Yes.
right.
Yeah, you're an Ambrian. All right.
So I will
not insult you like that.
I will turn to Cabello. Cabello, we have there are Andrakes about, or have been about at some point. I'm going to try to track what direction these did these follow. You say we stamped when we disembarked. We stamped quite a bit of this, but do they track off in another direction than the way we went to the temple?
Yeah, they do. They track off more southwardly, away from the river a bit. And it is a muddy little rise that it's almost like the river's down a little ravine.
I'll nod to Cabello that I'm gonna follow these tracks a bit. I'm gonna grab up my shield. I will tell Bonner the decanter's in the backpack. If I don't return or if I don't survive, boy, get that get that decanter to Malleus. And I'm gonna.
Now wait. You're gonna go.
I want to
Preaching.
top this rise and see what might be on the other side of the rise. It's just a rise up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah.
So I just want to climb to the top of this rise and see what I see.
Very well. I will. Don't leave my sight though. Our sight.
Mm-hmm.
If you can help it.
Okay.
Yeah.
When this happens, it's more dust is when this is happening, right? So there's like that shadow is more being cast down into the area.
Yeah.
So, say
And I
what you like.
want to be discreet about it, so I'm gonna make a discreet roll here. I'm gonna make sure that I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. Unfortunately, I'm not real, real quiet. Player facing. That's
Do
what
you
I
have
wanna
any
do,
kind of
but-
bushcraft or anything?
No. No, that's the other guy. That's the one that's more prepared for this kind of thing.
I know.
That's
you were
Cabello.
Racing off into the. Go ahead.
I'm a
go
ranger,
ahead.
but I do not have bushcraft.
You'll follow it. It's fairly. It hadn't been tried to be obscured by any reason. There's also, you'll see, intermixed with other tracks.
More Andric tracks.
No, things that more humanoid tracks. Of
Can I get a count? Can I separate them out to get a count?
You can roll to get more precise count. Right now, it looks to be anywhere from 5
3. So I rolled
to 8.
3. Yeah, I definitely succeeded.
Yeah, it's best you can see from different sizes and everything like that. It looks to be about 7 individuals, saved from multiple tracks with Andric tracks that looks to be like they were shuffling around a lot and overstepping on their own limits.
While Taro goes up that incline ridge,
Yeah.
I'm going to cast my eyes in the opposite direction around us. Just make sure that maybe there's no one watching us from the surrounding woods, foliage, because maybe these footprints are just obvious, obvious tracks to pull our attention that way and away from something else. Because I'm kind of suspicious about that, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you're looking at them, Todd. And you do have the bushcraft. You realize that they're not exactly new. The tracks that y'all made on top of them, crushed, smeared more so, and opened up the wetness of them. But it looks like that they were there probably 3, 4, maybe even up to 5 days ago.
Wow.
They just setting in, so you can get more of a, more of an idea like that. Now,
Right.
Taro, when you go up the hill, it gets more grassy. Obviously, the further away into it, and the tracks you really get lost in the foliage and the brush that starts to get up on the rise. And when you go over the rise, or hit the crest of the hill, when you look out, there seems to be, as far as noticeable, like certain little twigs or branches or brambles that are kind of bent or slapped around. You do roll me another, if you're trying to specifically look, another vigilance roll.
Yep.
It is darker, so add 1 to that.
Okay, so add 1 to my roll, so it's 7.
Yeah.
I'm still under my 11.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, when you look down, you notice a broken horn. Looks to be an animal horn, and it's attached to a piece of the hide that, and it's half buried in mud caked. It looks to be stepped on or whatnot.
Okay, so I'll with my sword tip, I'll dig it out and lift it up with my sword tip. Does it look like it's a carcass, or does it look like it was a piece of clothing or something?
Yeah, as you turn it over, you can see the inside of what appears to be a hard hide, leather mask, and you'll see that it turns up the leaves and everything and all the fall down overturned, so it's been buried a little bit. So it's been there for a little bit and you see the other horn come up, but it's been broken.
So I'll whistle sharply to get Cabello's attention, and then with my sword I will fling this thing down toward the camp, into the mud by the fire, so Cabello can look it over.
I will crouch down over it, pull out one of my stilettos and poke it a little bit around and see what I can see. What can I make of it?
Okay, well, what you can make of it, there's a familiar aspect to it in that you've seen this before. Vicamir used to wear one that was very similar.
Oh. Okay.
So it's a barbarian clan mask. Any other left here? As if there's a body. Maybe I'll poke around with my sword, and dig a little deeper if there's a body buried here.
No, you don't see any body. You can, as you move the foliage around, or the leaves or whatever brushed around, you can see where the ground's been churned up a little bit. It looked like there was some struggling around an area, and basically like people were being forced to herdle cattle through the area.
Yeah.
Right down the ridge to the disembarkment point.
So I'll head back toward Cabello. I'll turn and kind of quickly, a couple of steps down this rise to Cabello. I think the Andrix may have had slaves or may have had captives. It looks as they're... I'm assuming some of the human prints were like in a line, like they were lined up.
Yeah.
Like
There's some stepping out like that.
Maybe? Is that what you were...
Well, it doesn't look like they were that... that kowtowed. They were somewhat having to be shuffled and from the way the tracks are, but around them the Andrix are. You can tell that they were jockeying for position.
Yeah, my best bet is they may have been captives that turned. I don't know. Is there blood on this mask? I asked Cabello if he's noticed any blood or anything on the mask, as if it was.
I'm looking and seeing, but you haven't pointed that out at all, eh? No.
No, it's a deep brown mask. If there is any blood in the cracks, you can't see it in the dust time. Yes.
Okay. Just have to step out for a moment and tuck my son in. I will be back in 1 moment.
Perfect. All right, we're going again.
Okay. All right. So you have a sense, and it seems that Bonner has settled down and laid up against a tree. It seems like he's a little bit more serious than previously that you've had his acquaintance, right? But he's asking who will take the watch, and this is not.
Taro nods. Don't worry, Bonner. I will take the watch. Get some sleep.
Well, let me know when I need to relieve you. And then he turns over his shoulders, but he'd been kind of quiet and reserved.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I whisper over to Taro. I'd say, let the lad sleep. I will take the second watch.
Yes. And then I tell Joran, sleep strong, Joran, because you will be the last watch. We will let the boy rest.
Yes.
And I think Cabello does have bushcraft, and you feel at ease more so because you can hear even the smaller river life.
Well, being a ranger, if I can hear birds, normal animals, I feel less. I feel more at home than in the traditional Davokar, right? So I'm certainly feeling. I'm feeling more relieved, certainly.
Yeah. I mean, there's really no feel of corruption, much less just in any kind of imminent danger.
So I will stoke the fire. I will keep the fire going, and I will sit. I'm going to stay close to it. Keep a large stick where I can stoke the fire, and my shield and my sword handy, and try to watch out.
Okay. I can assuredly say that through the night, it goes rather uneventful, thankfully. It's almost pleasant. And you haven't had like this in a good while. And then in the morning, early in the morning, you hear the water churn as the barge plows its way through upstream, and a deckhand calls to you.
Yeah, possibly a rather good night's sleep. Finally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no kidding. Yes. I will step out and wave to the barge deckhand and grab the backpack and poke the boy awake with my foot. Jostle Bonner until he rouses, and then head toward the river edge.
Okay.
As will I.
All right. Everybody, your companions grab their things and follow in suit as you do. The deckhands are there to help you aboard.
I will
extending their hands.
And I will. I don't know. Maybe Cabello still has it. The Barbarian Mask. Do you still have it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So, if you don't have it, I was going to bring it with us. Okay.
No, I'll bring it with us. And actually, do I recall what tribe Vicamera was?
Wow.
Roll to see if you can remember that. I'll tell you.
Okay. Cunning?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just missed it.
Okay. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ironically, me of all people, I do remember.
Wow.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Needs me. Yes.
Once we're on board, I will quickly reconcile the crew that we met coming up. I'm going to take a head count, look for the captain, Ralph Deer, make a head count of the same. I mean, I want to make sure these are the same guys that we disembarked with, and the head count's roughly the same. And I'll look about to see if there are any other passengers new on the boat.
Actually, there is less passengers and more. It seems like they've taken on a little bit of freight.
Okay.
And implying it's all bound up and tied down to the rear of the boat.
They went on to Malima after they dropped us off, right?
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, he welcomes you back. The captain does. Ralph Deer gives you a hearty handshake and glad to see you made it through the night. Come aboard. He's not much for pleasantries. As they got to disembark again, they've already had to pull in, lower the gangplank, and get you on and get back on the ship.
Right.
He's getting back to business. So it's a brief hello, and as far as you coming back and paying your way to, I think the part and parcel of it was
we're guarding the ship. Right, is our job on this.
Yeah.
I'll follow Ralph Deer as he goes around the barge, barking orders as they get underway, and asking him under my breath, Andrix, you've seen many Andrix on the river?
He shoots you a glance over his shoulder, from barking. The river pirates?
I'm telling you, where we disembarked, there were half a dozen, maybe. 5 days old. Is that what have you been dealing with that on the river, Ralph Deer?
I always keep an eye peeled for them. They seem to be quite granted they can be a threat. They come in numbers, but they're often solitary. Or some maybe merchants or peddlers. The ones that get more brazen grouped together as pirates, which we do have. I have a lookout for that. But you're here, right? You can take care of any.
Yes, but I'd like to know what I'm dealing with.
Eventualities. Yes, they could be on the river. They do ply these rivers, but they're not often seen.
Cabello does not like Andrix. He had a more than a direct encounter with them in the past at the Chamberlain's Estates.
I hold up the
He
mask.
looks at you quizzically.
I hold up the mask to the captain, to Ralph Deer, and say, "You
He
recognize?
blanches a little bit.
Do you recognize this mask, and the people who wear it?"
It seems to be the barbarian tribes. There's some in particular. You can see them on the banks at times. They encroach no further, but the Bear Clan seems to travel these areas, these regions. It looks to be one of their number, perhaps.
Well, possibly the Andrix took a bunch of these Bear Clan hostage or prisoner somewhere along the line.
Yes,
here.
there is something. There's something amiss.
Yes.
The Andrix dealing in the carrion trade. Peculiar.
Mm.
This is should be noted. They're expanding their activities. Good. Keep a lookout. And then he turns on his heel and heads toward barking orders to get underway fully.
Very well.
And I will go to the aft. I will go to the aft of the ship and watch down the river, on guard.
Okay.
All right. I will go to the bow. I'm looking downriver, or I'm looking upriver. Let's see. On the bow, I'm looking towards where we're going.
Right. So that's all that matters. Is
Yeah.
you're on the bow of the ship. I'm in the aft. I'm in the behind.
That's right. Okay, so you're looking at where we've come
In
from.
case they sneak up on us.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm looking where we're going. Okay, got it.
But I don't know. I think David said this runs east to west, but I'm not certain.
I think
It's
you're
super
right,
slow moving,
It
so you
does.
can go either way, is what he was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It does. You're going against the current now. I don't think David said
Okay.
that.
So the crew's rowing us that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, both of you roll vigilance. You've been going for 2 or 3 hours so.
Ooh, right on for me. Unless there's a modifier, I made it, but right on.
Okay.
Nowhere near.
Taro, granted, guarding can be somewhat mind-numbing. But as you let your eyes wander over the shore and back and forth, you believe you see something. It looks to be, as best as you can ascertain, a piece of wreckage from some kind of seagoing vessel, a river barge or something, or some ship.
Any activity of humanoids or creatures around it?
No, this is just a piece of it that's been lodged and stuck underneath the overhang of it seems willows that overhang into the bank.
Okay.
But a chunk has been lodged into underneath there.
I'm gonna make I'm gonna really step over to that edge of the boat and peer, using my cunning to see if I can tell if it's a wreck or if it's been hidden. 8. I don't know if there's a modifier. I would be successful if, unless you have a modifier. Is it a wreck or is it hidden?
It seems to be a wreck, as it is capsized. The center of it and is splintered on one side.
Okay.
So it just capsized and slid underneath there, and it just happened to land
Okay.
where it did, supposedly.
Then I will return to my normal duties. I won't say a word about it. It's rubbish.
Okay.
Ultimately, along the river banks, right?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't see it, right?
No, you didn't. That was just as it passes along. There's a little further down the line. Roll your vigilance again, both of you.
Okay.
Now roll this at a negative
I failed.
2.
Very.
Fail. Okay. There seems to be what you do feel is a slight jostle and rocking and stirring of water around the boat, and almost like a little side swipe skid. Some of the sailors, there's more chatter amongst them as they try to put the poles in and right in the ship, and Ralph Deer is calling out to be to right the ship, basically, and set it in
Sandbar? Have we hit a sandbar?
Okay. I mean, are you just asking yourself that on the ship?
Oh, I'm asking the captain. Have we struck a sandbar?
Oh. There's any number of difficulties we face on this river. Sandbar may be one of those difficulties. It's hard to say. I didn't readily see.
No, I was just wondering if you knew of a navigation hazard in this area that we've just
Yeah. No, he doesn't really. I don't know. You don't get the sense that this is that much of applied area to him as far as like him traveling here a lot.
Okay.
But he does come here.
Okay.
From time to time. There has been, this took about a day to get here, I believe, the first.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. In the first session. Now, toward the, you feel almost 75% of the way there. It's going onward toward late evening. It's been a bit mind-numbing as it was, like I said before.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to roll vigilance one more time.
Yes.
7. I made it. 7.
2.
Okay. This is a 2. So I failed to say add +2 to that, right? But you still got it. I think, Todd.
To make it easier for us to see?
No, I mean, sorry, to make it harder.
Okay, so I would have needed a 9 or less. 7. I made it. Yeah.
I still made it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you both see this as you glance down into the water. There now what you see, Cabello, is you see some kind of little stalk come out of the water,
Right.
up at the base of the boat when you're looking down into it, and it kind of disappears, and you see a faint shape underneath there, like right where the boat is breaking the water, right? But right underneath it, underneath the glassy surface, you see a little shape. Now,
And a stalk, like a reed?
yeah, as far as you can,
like a hollow reed?
yeah, it's similar to that. It's similar to that.
Okay.
It seemed to have something on the end of that reed, and it was only like a second and it flashed out
Right. I will
down.
over to Taro. I want to get Taro's attention
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay, well,
point downwards.
Okay.
Your sword. Right.
you don't have to really. This is what, Taro, you felt a little splash on your face when you was at the rear of the boat,
Mm-hmm.
and you see almost a fin-like thing underneath the water, and it disappears real quick.
Okay. You see Taro, as you say this, Cabello, glancing kind of over my shoulder at you. I'm backing away from the edge of the boat and pointing. There is something in the water, and I'll realize I need to say that louder. There is something beneath us, and I'll speak up so everybody can hear.
Well, as you do, there seems to be the boat is wrenched at that part and or that moment rather, and turned a little bit and starts to swirl. You'll see I want you to roll a give me a D12, and you guys can be 11 and 12.
3.
And then roll me one, Todd, as well.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Okay.
D12. Oh, there it is. Okay. D12.
Yeah, let me D12.
I rolled an 11.
Okay, well, that's not so good. As okay, what happens here is a pincer comes up over the side of the gun wall, the railing,
Mm-hmm.
and as you turn around, Taro, to see what Cabello's saying, Cabello, you see the sailor behind Taro get enclosed with this pincer, and it starts to squeeze and bite down, and blood just shoots out of the neck as a younger boy, and then it crushes, and his head goes in a little bit, and it picks him up, and then he just disappears over the side into the water.
Okay.
All right. Taro, what you're seeing when you turn around to see that, you see the pincer raise up behind Cabello. Now, Cabello, roll. If you can alert him, Taro.
My quickness is 15. So if it's like initiative, I don't know what its quickness is, but that would determine, maybe whether I go first.
Yeah, exactly. Whether you can get it out of your mouth first. So, yeah, go +1 on that.
You want me to roll quickness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to see if you can say something before.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, your brain's got to trigger that.
I bark out, Cabello. Now is it above him, or to his left, his right? I'm going to yell the appropriate...
You see it rise up right behind him and open up and about to.
Yeah, I tell Cabello, come toward me. I call him toward me to get away from it.
All right. Okay.
Right. Come here, Cabello. Come to me.
And I will lunge towards Taro.
Well, let's see if you actually make it, because
I will try to lunge towards Taro.
yeah, your intent. Do a -3 at that.
Okay, so I'm going to decrease my roll by 3, or decrease
No,
my
your actual
threshold.
defense. So it'd be your defense check -3, which is your cunning or your quickness. I think it's your
Yes,
cunning,
yes,
because
it's
you got
my-
that
it's my
special.
cunning.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
-3 to my roll.
No, to your actual cunning score. You got to roll below it.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
well, which is right on the dot. I have a 15 for cunning. So
Oh, jeez. It's a hair's breadth, huh? Yeah. Anyway, you feel it snap right behind it's like it snaps on your neck hairs as you dive. The spray of water
Yes.
hits as you do what you do to get away from this thing. And if you do, Taro, you see it snap, and now it's reaching out again.
Okay.
To
I will step forward, shield high, sword ready to strike, and I will yell to the captain, full speed ahead, row, damn you.
yeah, they're trying to. It looks like the length of this thing, and you tell from thing it's wrapped. It's under the undercarriage of this boat.
Okay.
Hanging there.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's reaching up, and you can feel it as it's moving. The ship is churning too. Okay. So they're a little bit tossed around on their
Okay.
legs. Yeah, but everybody's like in total awareness now of what's going on. All right.
So, starboard, it would be starboard side. Yeah, I'm just thinking. Okay, so as this thing rears up to try to claw us again, is that what it's doing?
Yeah.
I mean, how big is it? Bigger than a man?
This it's the damn chip size. You know,
No, I mean, just the
seriously.
claw. It's the size of a man.
Oh, the claws are the size of a man. Yeah,
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
it could cut you in half, literally.
Okay. So I think I'm going to suggest to Bonner, to Joran, to Cabello that we swim for the southern shore.
What?
Leave. This creature's grabbed hold of the ship, right? If it wants to eat the ship, let it have the ship.
I'm not jumping in that water. you're daft, man. No, somebody give me an oar. We'll beat it off.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh,
Well, I will. Taro's like in mid stride, backpack in one hand, shield. So I'm thinking about jumping, and I'm watching to
You
see
gotta
what
jump.
Cabello's. I'm thinking about leaping in and swimming for the southern shore. But I'm taken aback by Cabello's suggestion that we can beat it off. Look at the size of its claw, man! Are you crazy?
roll. Yeah, no, just the D12 again twice.
Me or Todd?
oh.
You beat you 12 and Todd. Well,
Oh,
yeah.
Both of
6
us?
for me.
7.
Okay. As you're talking, and this is going around, 2 more crew members get decapitated, basically.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
diving.
Oh.
Backpack
Pulled up.
slung on my shoulder.
Over the side of the gun wall.
I'm going
They
to run
disappear.
as fast as possible. I'm going to take 2 steps off the gun rail, and I'm going to leap as far away from the ship as possible, diving in, and I'm going to swim for shore. And I'm calling
Yeah, the
Bonner
swimming
and
skill.
Joran to follow.
Okay.
I cannot believe he's done that. I'm trying to rally the rest of the sailors to grab their oars and try and repel this beast, and also stop Bonner and Joran from going overboard.
Let's see how they react.
Okay.
He has a 10 for Joran.
Yeah, I'm going to let Todd
Yeah,
roll
Bonner.
these because he's trying to control that situation. So this is for Todd.
Okay.
Yeah, Bonner be a 10 too. We'll just leave him average right now.
Okay. What am I rolling? Just 10 for what?
20 and below, or 20-sided die, 10 and below. Is that
I
right?
know.
Mel? Is that
I know.
right?
It's just no modifier for you trying to convince them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what
I
I mean?
rolled a 9.
As long as that's below your
Persuade.
Oh, persuasion.
persuade.
I have a 10.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Okay. So
That's
they
just for Bonner,
see
or both of them.
no, yeah, do it individually. That was for
Okay.
Bonner. Now do
That's
it
for
for Joran.
Bonner.
Do
Six.
it.
6 for Joran.
Okay. they hesitantly, you know what I mean? It looks like they don't know what to do when he tells them to do.
Right, right.
Then you see,
And
you're like,
oh, 15 for
Okay.
the crew.
and you hear
The
you hear the
crew's
splash.
15.
Okay, let's see.
They all bail.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the captain, he's going to be over that. But let's see if that affects the crew any. All right, the captain, do that with a plus. You said, what'd you roll for the crew?
15.
15. Oh no, they stay. They only, no, they stay. The captain is still. He's trying to save his ship, and he's trying to beat off this crustacean. And it looks like he's got some kind of harpoon-like weapon that he's pulling out with. Right?
I hope so.
He's picking it up and he's yelling at the other men. No, Taro, you're fully submerged right now, and you break the surface coming up.
Swimming for the southern shore toward Thistlehold. I look
Yes.
up. I'll flip over onto my back, kicking my feet as hard and my arms as hard as possible, looking at the chaos, looking about in the water. Oh, Joran and Bonner must still be under the water as I, I'm just assuming,
Yeah.
Cabello, where are you? And I'm kicking for the shore.
This tail is slapping the aft of the boat, and you can see the claws reach up and just snapping different people off the sides of that. Now, I'm going to go down to a D10. Okay. And, all right. Now, you didn't. All right. I added Bonner and Jorane to do this, or to that role too. And, yeah, it happened to hit Bonner. You see the claw come up, and I'm going to see if it actually hits him and bases it on a 10. So, yeah, just roll. His quickness is actually a 13. So you can use that. Roll to see if he...
Who? Me?
Yeah,
yeah, yes, you would. You're on the ship.
I'm swimming away.
I got a 9.
I don't even know what's
9.
going on. I'm just seeing
I got a
water
9.
and shit. Yeah.
Okay. You see it. You see it snap, and Bonner happens to escape. He hits the deck, and his robes fell out, and he's rolling across the deck. Jorane has his mandolin or ukulele out, swinging it wildly, to no avail. But in other words, is singing through the air, so to speak.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, this thing comes with the other claw. Roll me. Hold on. At -3, roll me for one of the other sellers on the ship. And they're at 10. We're just using them for a 10, right?
What am I using? The quickness, you mean?
Negative 10, so they have to be 7 or under. I mean, -3, basically.
Oh, no, I got 13.
Okay. Well, yeah, another one. And you see this from as you're swimming backwards leisurely, Taro.
Oh, no, not leisurely. Like hell, trying to get to the shore, so I'm pumping.
Panicked.
Right.
Panicked. You see this crustacean's claw come up and encompass another one and drag him off.
So how many have we lost so far?
4. I
4?
think.
Yeah.
4.
4.
And we haven't inflicted any damage on this thing whatsoever.
4.
No. I don't think anybody's hit it yet. Now,
No.
I mean, right now, the on this round, by the time he's fishing out his little harpoon and the guys are at it, it's been disarray. I'm going to let them try to hit as well, and you can too. So
We'll try.
everybody right now try to hit the captain, and hold on. Yeah, just roll to try to hit base of 10 on everybody. It's just a flat.
One roll?
Yeah, one roll.
Okay, you want me to do it?
Yeah, you can do that. Operate the crew.
All right, here we go. 18.
Nothing. They're just hitting, and it's just glancing off the claws or whatever. They're not really finding any purchase. They are busying it somewhat. You saw that body slide down the side of the ship, and it looks like it's trying to bring it toward its maw.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the claw goes a little bit, and then it opens up, and you see the other half of the body slide out of that empty claw as it slings up and goes for another attempt.
Okay.
Which are you going to try to attack it too, Cabela?
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just grabbing an oar from one of the sailors that's no longer there and jumping out towards this thing's maw with the oar, trying to
Oh, nice.
shove it down its throat.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Good grief.
Good grief.
Psychopath.
Okay.
Jump off the ship. I'm jumping down the ball. What you thinking?
You know, like my knees are bent backwards, my
Right.
arms are all up. Ah!
Right.
Okay.
You gotta feed it a wooden spoon right down its gullet.
Oh no, 16.
Oh.
See,
Oh, that is a good no.
okay. It's clawed its way up to where you can see the maw and you see the stalks at the bow. And so it's getting more of a full swipe across the deck to be able to reach more up to the thing. And you totally miss. Okay. It's rather frightening as it reared its ugly head up right in front of you.
Is the boat starting to become swamped at all? Like, is it listing to one side enough that the water's starting to flow in?
It's been churning, and the aft of it, all the supplies that were strapped in are now shifted, and some of the straps are broke, and it's sliding off into the water.
All right.
And it's taking on water from the in the back.
Okay.
And you can hear the creaking and cracking, obviously from the sides of this creature.
Right.
The pistons coming into the walls. You know, so it seems a little bit of splintering, but it feels churning. It's definitely hard to keep on your feet as it's doing this.
Well, I'm
Right.
not on my feet. I tried to jump into its mouth, so.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yes. So, am I in the water at this point?
I took it that if you jump, you're telling me you literally jumped in the air at this thing, right? And you missed.
Yeah.
You would have glanced off the side of his, tentacled mouth, and then slid right past his head into the water. Now, when you look up, this thing is raised up right against you, but it's shifting to this boat. It's pushing down. Right?
Oh, well, that's awesome.
So you don't want to be jackhammered.
I am out of here now.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Joran, jump! You're doing it, fools. Follow me.
Y'all can, I don't know if they can hear you above all the screams and everything else.
Unfortunate.
They definitely probably saw you disappear on this one. I don't know. Let me see if there's notice.
Oh no.
Roll a T and let's see if they notice your insane
16.
antics. Yeah, they didn't. They were too busy crawling around and
Screaming.
whatnot.
Too busy. The screams of the crew and the captain and everything drowns out. That's funny.
Yeah, and going down to a D8. They're still on the boat. Well, it seems that two more on the boat have been taken off
Oh boy.
and are being fed into the maw of this creature. Now, those on the boat are trying to attack it. Just roll a straight 10 or so for accurate. Let's see if they can do anything.
18.
They're not even really getting. It's like there's a petrified fear going on toward getting towards things, especially seeing this full girth and the momentum and everything. So they're trying to run up this decking to get to it, and it's not working.
Gotcha.
And the ship is starting to crack and splinter, and it's starting to capsize as it's turning over.
Yeah.
So it's like this creature's doing it. Let's see who falls in the water first. There's one more strike I'll do. Okay. Joran gets attacked again this round. Another crew member got taken up, and then Joran actually is being attacked.
Okay.
So roll in if you would, Jason.
9.
Okay.
With a -3, that would not be successful.
-3.
He would be hit.
Yeah, he would be hit. So, yeah.
Damage.
That claw is 5.
Okay. We don't know what kind of armor or anything he has. 5. His toughness, since we said he's a 10 right now, he's a 10 down the line, so he would have 10 toughness.
Yeah.
So we'll assume he's a bard with just clothes, right? So he's taking 5 points, which is also his pain threshold, which means he would be knocked prone.
Yeah, but the thing is, this thing's getting grasp.
Oh, okay. So he's
if
right.
he's-
Okay,
if
so
he's-
he's actually in its grasp, but he's taken half his health.
Well, it's more than in his grasp because roll a strength, and he's not prone right now, so this isn't
Right.
going to be given. A strength versus at a minus. What's it? Yeah, a -1.
Okay, so he needs
All
a
right.
9 and below. 7. Got
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Well, I guess because he's been knocked prone, he's
Well, technically,
shifting his
that could be in his claw.
yeah, he's in. Well, that's what I'm saying. His body slumped down and
Oh,
from the
gotcha.
position of this creature, because normally this creature immediately, if he hits you and you fail your strength, you're up at the maul.
Oh, I
Right?
gotcha.
And so
Gotcha.
more damage is begins to eat you.
Gotcha.
So, nevertheless, he passed that. So it saves him next turn. If he don't do it, he's
Right.
going to be up to the mouth.
Right.
So right now, the boat, according to timeline, the boat is already capsized. People are diving off in multiple directions. But Jordan is still, the problem is he's still under
Control.
the grass.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
he's right now, as it splinters and he goes under, he's also underwater.
Okay.
And when you're underwater, fighting underwater, it becomes a different situation.
Okay.
But he's not prone right now, which is even more complicated.
Right.
This is like for. All right. So
Has Taro
But
reached
that's what
the
most-
shore yet?
yeah, Taro's reached the shore, and you're pulling yourself up out of the shore. You still see Cabello.
Yeah.
I guess.
So
if
I'm,
you're going in his direction.
I'm soaked. I'm stripping off. I throw my shield and my backpack on the shore, soaked, draw my sword, and I look about now. I cast out to see cargo floating away, the ship's partially submerged. I'm assuming Cabello bobbing around in the water.
Oh, well, I'm swimming for shore.
Yeah, okay.
At this point.
And I yell,
Hello.
Cabello, trying to guide him toward me. Bonner, where are they? And I'm looking about from the shore, sword in hand, dripping wet, but all my gear is now off me, so if I have to, I can swim out.
You see Bonner newly off the ship. You saw him fly out with his white robe
Okay.
as it capsized. He does look like he's not necessarily. There's a bit of a swirl and a turbulence, a current pulling back toward the center of the ship as this thing churns over. So some of the men look like they're being towed back inward and being hit by some of the boards as it
Right.
flips over.
Uh-oh.
You do notice the Joran in Claw all of a sudden gets submerged
Okay.
as this thing comes into full view. You see the rows of shells.
Right.
I mean, essentially, it's a giant lobster. As it rolls over
Right.
and his tails go underwater, and poor Joran is down there too.
Right.
At least for a minute. What if you want to yell out to Bonner?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just.
My goal would be to maybe call
See-
out cargo or something that he could grab hold of and float on or something. Just to aid Bonner, yell, to aid him to grab
do
hold of
persuasive and see if how
Okay.
well he picks up.
modifiers? Any modifiers?
No, just that
So
because I can't
6
remember.
and below. 6 and below. 20.
Yeah.
No. Can't hear me over
No.
the ruckus, maybe.
Yeah, his head's going in and out, water splashing in his ears. And he looks discombobulated, like not nowhere to go. You see him looking around there, helpless. All the men are screaming right now.
As I'm
I'm
swimming away, I'm going to be calling to both of them. See if I can get their attention and over the screams.
Yeah.
Follow
go
me,
ahead and
follow
add-
me.
Well, roll it, but take a 2 detriment to that, all right? Because it looks like Bonner's swimming off. He's totally misguided. He's swimming.
Discombobulated. Yeah.
Directions.
Can't
He's swimming
get
back.
his directions.
No, got a 10, but then that would be an 8, and I just rolled a 9, so no good.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, it looks like he's going back toward the maelstrom of what's going around. So he's looking around and he's picking up speed there. But that's just happening in the peripheral. When we go back to Joran, he's underwater. He's been knocked prone. Now, if y'all roll a real quick here. Okay. Roll and see. Well, first roll is strength versus strength on it. So negative
3.
negative 1.
-1. Okay, so 9 and below for Joran. 16, no go.
Okay. Now he loses one toughness because of that, because he's underwater.
Okay.
Okay. If he does, right now he's underwater, so he's been prone, and he's not going to get a chance to attack.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to roll to see if he can strength versus strength on this to see if he's actually pulled the mouth of this creature.
Okay.
But roll it twice and take a disadvantage, basically.
Okay.
All right.
Fail
So
and fail.
okay.
You said roll twice. Take the worst. They were both 11.
Yeah.
They both fell.
He failed either way. So y'all don't see it, but you see a churning and you hear a tittering a snap.
Hear the twang of his
Crunching.
mandolin.
Yeah. Bring. Yeah. And for a second, the head raises up and goes back down, thrashing, and you see he's half in the mouth of this creature as he goes back under. All right. That's negative. That's 2 more. So it's been 3.
Okay.
Cabello, you pretty much safely to shore now.
Yeah, I'll wait
Or
wait
at
out
least-
and help him up to his feet and pull him ashore as well. Waving
Okay,
my
and-
sword in the general direction of any oncoming beasts. Right. Where's
I'll-
Honor? Where's Joran? We're soaked,
I'll
of
look
course.
back towards the boat and just to see if anyone has followed me. Looking around, casting to see if I can see anyone who's made it. Other than
Yeah, there seems to be one of them's going down river, including Bonner. You know, he's going off in the wrong direction, not necessarily toward that. He might have got beamed by something a little bit. But the rest of them, there seems to be a churning in the middle as this thing's starting to go down further. You see the hump bridge is greenish brown, but it's got a sickening red coating across of it. But you notice in the water too, that's churning of blood that when it comes up, it's just taking that with it as the bodies. And you can see pieces of body parts as well as the ship, and the ship is all bubbling and shooting up water as it's settling.
Mm-hmm.
The cargo is shifted off totally of the ship. It's half covered, but then it's starting to go down too, and it's been left a little bit behind. All right.
Okay.
Luckily, Bonner's at least going that direction.
Okay.
All right.
we should
So behind.
So can we
Follow
tell
along
what
to the
direction? He
shore.
may not know where he's going, but can we tell what direction he's going?
Yeah, from your view, he's going with the stream, so he's a little bit faster than the one streaming upstream.
Okay.
And it's pointed upstream. So listen.
that means he's going back the way we came.
Yeah, he's discombobulated, but at least he can, if he can find purchase on that.
Right.
It seems like
So exhausted, wet and exhausted, Taro will grab up his backpack, shield, and start running along the shore, yelling, Bonner, trying to get his attention to bring him across river to us.
Okay. Now,
And I'll
while you're
just try
doing that,
I'll try to pace with him best I can, running along the edge of the river.
just run again. It looks like he's flushed with excitement, not knowing what has happened. This has all been a surprise. So you can roll on that. Todd, if you'd roll for Joran again, he's down by 8 now. Okay.
roll was 20.
Oh, jeez. Okay. You hear as just like a drowning man coming up for the last time, and he's half muffled inside the thing, and you hear the screeching pitch, and then the last crunch, and then Malin finally breaking too, and boom, and then he goes under, and he disappears. You see the last hump go under the water again. It starts to settle down, but all the water's churning above that. But Bonner's floating down, and it looks like he's trying to reach out and grab that the ever descending supply that ship had, right? But it seems to be pretty strapped together still.
I will look towards where Taro's running off to, and just then kind of, put my head down and okay, here we go. Take a deep breath and carry on running out.
You hear Taro yell back, "I think Jorund has written his last ballad. Come to Cabello, come!" And we run along the edge of the river.
That's what I was going to say to you. I think you've lost your chronicler.
The worst part is I paid him in advance, Cabello. I lost a tailor on this man.
Bonner seems to be like this real minds. He's not. It seems to be he's still holding on to the end of this cargo that's been upturned, and a little bit. At least he's found purchase. All the water streaming around him. It finally slows down again because it was nice. It wasn't like rapids or anything.
No, it's slow moving. Yeah, right.
Water's, yeah, and the water settled. He's almost directly dead into the center of this little river, but he's standing there and he looks in shock as he clings to it, right? And it takes him a little bit before he shivers and does focus in on you at the shore as you're calling to it, right? So it may take a little coaxing. But it's going to take him a little while before he gets off there.
Sure.
So I would say by this time it's already kind of late dusk, if that's what you intend to do.
Yeah, I'll slow down. I'll have to stop, catch my breath, bend over, take some gasps, and then I'm trying to just keep him in our sight at least, so I know where he goes, and then I'll pick up pace again. But yeah. I doubt we can run as fast as this river flows, even if it's slow. But it doesn't seem that you see a couple of people on the other side of the river that have made it there, and they seem lost and dejected and whatnot, and not really responding to you. The same way he is, but you do coax him over after a while, and he does make it there. Okay. Right, whether you throw him a rope or No, I'll just wait out and get him and drag him into Cabello. I'll kind of push him toward Cabello, a little frustrated with him. Right. Damn, man, did you not follow me when I said jump?
I believed we had a chance against the creature. I thought your move was highly risky. I apologize, my friend. You've lost your bard. And half the crew.
I'll cough a little bit and splutter, and at that point, though, I'll realize Bonner. I'm going to try to get Bonner's attention. Shake him a little bit around the neck, try to get him out of this state.
It's almost like he's mumbling to himself, where he had been previously preoccupied with something else. It's always like, where was his protector, right? So a little bit you can glean that he feels almost dejected, like that self-importance has been kind of shed off a little bit, right? That he was trying to, that mantle taken on. So anyway, so he's changed his perspective somewhat and been a little bit more about this whole thing, right? But he's quiet for most of the night. He gets, if you do strike a fire,
I'm sorry, you broke up, Del. You broke up?
Oh, I said if you do strike a fire, he'll warm himself up.
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't. What do you think, Todd? We'd probably make a fire and dry off and catch our breath.
Definitely.
Because we're going to be hiking back to Thistlehold now.
Which side of the river are we on?
Well, I jumped south. I went south.
Oh, okay, you did?
toward
Okay.
Thistlehold, right, which would have been port side.
Yeah.
I mean, starboard side would have been the side I would have left off of. Yeah.
Okay.
And you were fairly close. It's probably a half a day's
Right.
travel to that. Whenever the morning does break, and again, there's been no incident during the night.
Okay.
It's not as peaceful as before, somewhat from the previous activity that's going on, and I think
Right.
some of the wildlife scared away. But nevertheless, it's still it's scared away to where they're not going to be approachable right now. Anyway, as dawn breaks, both of you give me a vigilance roll.
Oof, no.
No.
Right on the money at 10.
Okay. Cabela, as you're looking at the sun breaking, you see a dark tendril raising up above the tree line, off in the distance toward Thistlehold. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be smoke, a tendril of smoke coming out,
Right.
black sooty smoke. All right.
From the direction of Thistlehold.
Yeah. As far as where you would mark it as the eagle flies.
All right.
Okay.
I'll point that out to Taro and
Is this
Honor.
normal or is this abnormal? This isn't the
No,
normal
it's
pollution of Thistlehold?
No. This is definitely, it's raised up. It's a bright day. There's no
Okay.
overcast so far, which may be what
Right.
is engendering the animals to act that way. But no, it's definitely a contrast. And when he does point it out to you, Taro, you do see it.
Yeah.
In stark contrast.
Yeah.
It's not typical.
That is not normal, Cabello. Thistlehold burns.
Not from this distance.
Yeah.
yes.
Fortunately,
so-
we can always go to Tent City. We can always go to Blackmore.
Blackmore.
Yes.
Um,
I do not own property in Thistlehold. You do not own property in Thistlehold.
No.
We can just
should
go
know
to
what's
Blackmore.
Should we not see
I mean,
what's
Taro,
occurring
easy
in
come, easy
Thistlehold?
go, baby. Taro's a survivor. But Malleus will be there among Ansel's, so we must return to Thistlehold, but I hope Malleus is well in Ansel's care.
That's right.
And I'll hold the
Have to deliver
backpack
this
up with
canter.
the canter safely wrapped in a blanket, stuffed in my backpack,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll put it back
It was
on.
our mission.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you strike out toward Thistlehold, and you're going to not have. And I know I'm fast tracking a little bit. I don't want to get
you
in the
can
hex
do an
mode
interlude. I mean,
with this.
the games have
Yeah,
interludes, so you can just fast forward time. Sure.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I don't want to get stuck in that hex crawl mode.
Yep.
In you about a half a day, you do know how to circumvent, or if you want
certainly Cabello
Where-
with his bushcraft can. Yeah.
where the forward ranger post is.
Okay.
Whether you want to stop it or just go around it, right? But whenever you break out of the forest, let's say if you go that route,
Yeah.
you see Thistlehold still stands. It seems that the beacon, which is the tallest structure in Thistlehold, that has always shined, has an eternal fire burning at the top of it, right? Is belching black sootish column of smoke out of it, but it stands itself. It looks blackened somewhat at the top, but it's just rolling out.
Wonder what that's all about.
But the walls, the 40-foot walls of palisade walls of Thistlehold stand. There's no people running, screaming, burning. So it's just the beacon.
If you get closer, if you're walking in closer, which I'm assuming you are, and getting closer, you can see the masses of Blackmore using the outside walls. You know what I mean, with the little tents and lean-tos or whatever structure to it. everybody's kind of looking up at this.
Blackmail, Blackmore or Thistlehold?
Blackmore.
Okay.
Well, Blackmore's the tent city on the outside, right? I'm just saying, even see, I don't know the exact location of that, but you see, if you see Blackmore, they're going to be looking at it from the tents and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It's not normal protocol.
Okay.
And there are still guards posted. Business is still, there seems to be a lot more guards in action. There is more of a focus around the beacon, which is what it goes by, right? And there seems to be a lot of workmen. Half of the top, when you round it, has been blackened. It looks like some kind of oil and sootish mass has been dumped up in there, with the fuel that's been burned. You see some of the Karabatic goblins that you used to be, the more of the slave time, that is around the base of it in different areas, kind of peering up. But some of them are being directed by the soldiery or the guards to be to work on it, to get up there. And even the guards you can tell, are being more spiteful toward them. Some of them accusing them of starting this, this. But anyway, there's a platform up that's about 50 foot down to where they keep all the fuels and whatnot. Okay. And that seems to be what I've built somewhat and is causing this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Interrupting the normal fire. But there's quite a throng of people in there, and more so, there's typically about 50 guards per shift in Thistlehold, 150 total, but there's about 100 out right now.
Okay.
The guard detail is doubled, obviously. A lot of overtime and trying to keep it's a little bit more. This is a very poor area of Thistlehold when you enter it. But no, it's not necessarily overly poor. As you said, this is the frog, the toad area that they're in, right? But it's not necessarily the most affluent area. But as you go in, if you are indeed in there, you know that your abode is to the left, and the dump, the tavern that you frequent is down there as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To the left is
right. Well, first I would want to head for Ansel's and provide this decanter to Ansel, so he can start healing Malleus.
Yeah. Well, you go down to now. Ansel is pretty much on the other side of the city, so you'll have to pass your bow, the dump, and get down to where Ansel is.
Okay.
All right. So as you're walking through, I want you to make. I know I say vigilance a lot, but there's things that you can notice. So
6, yes. Unless you got a big modifier, I made it.
Yep.
Oh, I would think that you would naturally be more attuned to different changes that were going on, because there are changes, obvious, relevant changes going on. Now, Cabello, you notice, for one, you notice out of a grate and up the side of one of the buildings is a green vine-like, vine basically, that comes out and up and around the building.
That's growing out of a grate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's coming out of the grate on the side of and abutted up to the base of the building.
Right.
So it's coming up. And you notice that in stark contrast to what, the dingy color of the city, and you're just coming out of the forest itself. But there seems to be more of these vines that are latched onto the sides of these buildings in different areas. you notice them more. You notice that first. Okay.
Yep.
Now, Taro, you notice a familiar face down a side alley as you're walking, with Holtz is coming down with 3 people in tow with him, and 2 of you recognize the bodyguard, and one of them seems to be a thinner man that is following somewhat haphazardly behind him, almost not focused in direction, like the other ones are on task, you know. And Holtz is going down a side area of the street, basically, that you pass by. Now, I want you to roll to see if...
Does he see me?
No, it looks like he's looking in and down other areas, but he's not looking directly in your direction. So, and he's doing it rather rapidly.
And he's leading some, okay. I'll take note of it, and I'll take note of what alley, off of what street here he takes. I'll point it out to Cabello. Holtz, he's in a hurry. He's headed somewhere. I don't know. I might even look at Cabello and say, Bonner, follow that man.
Then
And
Bonner
report, tell Bonner to follow Holtz and report back to us later. Just find out where Holtz is going.
Okay. Well, Bonner does as you suggest.
Okay.
That's the reason why you want them. And he looks at you and Malleus, you know.
Right.
And,
we would go, or I would pursue him, but we must get this decanter to Malleus.
Okay.
Yep.
I shall meet you there with word. And then he follows off as Holtz disappears around the corner.
Okay.
As you're heading south and entering the area of the courtyard in the main area, and y'all passed this before, there seems to be a bronze well right in the middle of this courtyard. You're used to a throng of people here that are, pitching their wares and whatnot and selling a lot of what is brought in from the day. And people from the other cities come there to make trade, right? But it's not busied, which is very odd for the day, this day, but not necessarily odd for what's going on. The Cabela, you do notice that there's still other vine-like or vines, basically, intertwined in different areas coming up through. But they seem to be getting less the further from the center of the city that you go. All right. And y'all make it to the area where Ansel is. And there is the door is open, and there's no one there to receive the knock. But it's all like when you hit it, the door kind of rolls in on itself a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll push in,
Right.
looking about for Malleus in his bed or his cot in the Ansel.
You see
Cabello,
a couple.
I'll kind of push the door open wide so Cabello can follow me in or lead in.
Yes, I will draw my stilettos, 2 of them, have them at the ready.
Okay. You smell, of course, you smell all kind of various things every time you enter this apothecary. It seems like that things were not put up like you usually see. It's like they left in a hurry, right? On the one odd thing, this more to bring out your attention to, is there is a stone on the table where Malleus last laid.
Stone. You mean...
Yeah. A stone, yeah,
Like
like a
a
rock. I mean,
stone.
it's about
Size of a
it's about
fist, baseball,
yeah, a palm-sized stone,
palm-sized
like a
stone. Well,
Yeah, it's smooth.
I'll pick it up and look if there's any obvious markings on it, front and back.
Okay. When you do pick it up, it's like you know something automatically that just occurs to you out of nowhere. You know where Ansel is. You know where Malleus is.
Mhm.
And you know to go there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Some sort of
So,
sensing stone or something.
Oh, so you mean it sends me? Okay, so
yeah, it sends you.
It's telling
Gotcha,
giving you an indication
okay.
of where they are. Yes.
Yeah, I'll be a little taken aback by it. I'll look at Cabello and hand it to him. It seems as if the stone is trying to communicate with me. I know where Ansel and
Good.
Malleus
I take it in
are.
my hand.
Well,
and
you get the same message,
Hmm.
the same awareness.
Yes.
All right.
What magic
I-
is
both of
this?
I feel it too. I feel it too. Yes.
Okay.
And let us go.
Yeah, we'll again we'll make haste, you
Mhm.
know, toward this.
Okay. Now, Cabela, you've been around Ansel quite a bit. If you want to roll to see if you got folklore or any kind of medicinal or any
Lore.
kind of,
Okay, I got lore master here.
yeah,
Lore master.
I thought you had.
13. I needed 15, so I'm good.
Okay. Well, you realize it's a meeting stone. That's what it's called.
Okay, it's a meeting stone.
Right. And it does essentially what y'all said. And it's directed toward specific individuals, not just.
Right.
So it's a way to covertly.
Have we run into those before?
In actual play, no, but that doesn't mean
No.
the character hasn't.
No,
But
I know
but
that.
not-
No, I mean in actual play. Because
No,
it did
but-
sound familiar. I don't know, maybe.
not that
Did
I'm
you make
aware
that up, or is that something in the book?
of. I don't think it's in the book, is it?
Is
Yeah,
it?
it is.
It
Is
is?
it?
Maybe I read it somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an advanced guide.
Oh,
Anyway,
see, yeah. See, I haven't even looked at the advanced
I don't
guide, so
have
that's
that.
cool.
So.
Cool.
Um,
It doesn't matter. I accept it. It's
Yeah.
fantastic fantasy.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, that's what it is. Now, what you do see is a place that you have passed recently. Okay, you know it as the Mission. I believe it's the Mission House.
Okay.
You follow. You get a feeling of where it is. It's almost like a divining rod too. You know what I mean? As you walk, so there's no
Right.
problem knowing right where you're going.
Okay.
It's like weird. Like, I go here all the time.
It's like Taco
Now,
Bell.
you
Somehow
do-
you end up in Taco Bell. You're like, Jesus, how did this happen?
Yeah, how did I get here?
Again.
Yeah. There is the door is locked though. It's like you wanted to open it and just walk straight in.
Right.
You were that comfortable. It's locked. As you stand there for a second, you realize that there is an alternate way to get in.
Okay.
Say necessarily the stone is whispering to you, but this is just more of just a recollection almost,
Okay.
an awareness too. And it's around the back.
Okay. I will. And again, because this is totally normal, it feels like it's totally normal. So I'm not going to be drawing weapons or anything. I'm just headed to the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get to the back, it's in between the buildings and the crack. And then the nasty thing is this putrescence hits you as the flow of refuse flows in between the back of the buildings, and is a middle cutout in in the road where all this
Mm-hmm.
putrescence flows, right? There is a gate on the back of the building, and it's there. It's fairly polished gate. I mean, doesn't look like it's been, used or in disrepair. But again, it feels like this is where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, we'll push through like we've been here a million times.
Yeah, and it just creaks open. I mean, other than the smell of the, that's the only part is natural. Now it turns to the right and immediately goes down the descending stairwell.
Yeah, and I'll call for Ansel. I'll start calling for Ansel, Malleus as we get closer. I mean, inside the building, inside the property. I'll start actually calling for them, and I'll head down these stairs, I guess. I'll draw a weapon if it, if it appears as if there's been chaos here, If not, I'm just going to descend, right?
There's another gate. Then there at the bottom, as it plateaus out, it's easily. They say it's easily open. Like you're supposed to go here, but there's dummy locked. Okay. So if you remove that, you can swing the gate open and proceed down the hallway. What is not necessarily nice is the fact that the sewage that was running alongside all of a sudden dumps in a waterfall-like thing to the right of you that flows underneath it. It's like you're walking into the sewer underneath. Right? There's green and black mold is caked up. Even what you're walking, so it's sort of slippery a little bit.
Okay.
As you walk down, you get to you walk down a good 50 foot until it terminates with another gated area that isn't that doesn't have, it's not a doorway. You see it travel further, but it's totally blocked off right here, right? The wall going down, so it's
blocked off with a wall.
Yeah. It terminates right then.
Passageway.
So you go down about 50 foot, and there's that's it.
So there's nowhere else to go.
No.
Okay.
But there must be. It didn't end for no reason. There has to be something here.
Unless that stone was to mislead us, Cabello.
Let's check this wall at the end of the passage then.
Yes. Yes.
Vigilant?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, roll it.
4.
Nice.
Got it.
4. Okay. Now, when you're checking at the end of the passage and you're rolling it, you do see that inset into the wall is a circle that's been carved out, and there's 3 indentures. And it's somewhat caked over, but it's like the black mold and whatnot that has filled up these little indentures that you could put your fingers in.
Right.
Has already been utilized. That's why you noticed them, right?
Okay.
Upon further looking at it, it seems to be that there are numbers inscribed around the 4 areas of the circle on the outside of it. Right.
Okay. 4 numbers.
All right. Yeah. It's
And
3.
3. Yeah.
1.
Yeah. This is the
4.
order they're in?
Yeah. It's going clockwise. 3, like at the top.
3 at the
1.
top. Yep.
4.
4.
And then there's doesn't look like a number so much as a point, a dot.
Okay, dot.
Mm.
Okay. But no 2.
No.
Yeah. Taro shrugs. He shrugs and furrows his brow. This is some kind of contraption beyond me, Cabello.
Oh, yes. Maybe beyond myself, too.
I pull my sword out. I'll turn my hilt to the stone wall, and I'll bang on the stone wall like I'm knocking. If all else fails, knock. And then I'll put I'll sheath my sword and wait to see if we get a response.
I'll put my ear to the wall. See if I can hear anything on the other side.
You do? Hey, while you're doing this, you do hear, I mean, it's like an awareness yet again with the stone. That it's 3, 1, 4.
Right.
Okay.
I take the point of one of my knives and kind of dig into the indentations just to make sure that, there's no razor trap or anything there, that's going to snap down.
Yeah. No, you don't feel it. In fact, like I said, it looks like you've been utilized recently.
Okay, so it's kind of like a bowling ball, sort of finger holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, so I'll put my fingers in it.
Now, the way that they're in position now,
Yeah.
is on it's on the point and the 1 and the 4.
Gotcha.
I don't understand. What's on the point?
Yeah, I mean, if I was to,
So the three finger holes align with the point, the 1 and the 4.
yeah, you can only set up
So
those.
you're gonna have to turn it, I guess, to
1 and the 4.
3, 1, 4, right?
Right. So we have to turn it so that maybe all 3 of the holes are lined up with the numbers.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will try that then. And hopefully not lose my fingers.
Just the tips of your fingers.
Okay.
Just the tips. Yes.
You turn it to where all the numbers, you want all 3 holes lined with a number.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Whenever you do, it sets in and then goes in a little bit. You hear it clicking. And it's a mechanism releases. And then you can pull that, or push rather, the door in.
Mm.
As it slides in.
All right.
Well done.
Push it in.
All right. So you travel down another length of tunnel, same way, without the sewage to the right. That seems to
Right.
terminated
Okay.
and went off underground, right, to a further level. When you get to the end of that, there's another doorway, but this can be easily handled.
Okay.
So it's a wooden door.
All right. Have another listen at it.
Okay. Roll for your vigilance then.
No. Just missed it.
It is but
Okay.
a door.
Yeah, you don't really hear.
Maybe we should knock. And again, I will raise my right hand and I will give 3 firm bangs on the wooden door.
Ow, I'm like my ear was right against the door.
You hear some shuffling behind the door, and it has to be them. It has to be them. No one would know, And anyway, you hear a pause for a minute and then a clink.
And Taro says, "Open up! It is the Queen's legation."
Oh, yeah. You immediately, whenever they're trying to open the door, it stops, and there seems to be some panic,
Yes.
hushings.
They are but fools, Cabello.
Mm.
They don't know we can hear them on this side of the door. Open up, it is Taro! And I bang a couple more times. And Cabello.
Okay, Ansel opens up the door reluctantly and peers up at you, and then has a look of relief on his face as he swings it wide, and you see Malleus laid on a table inside. He hurries you in, and almost oddly looking down further. The door that you had left, the secret door as it was, is, I suppose you shut it again.
Well,
Behind.
yeah, Taro assumed that this contraption would shut itself. It's so
Automatically
beyond my
shut itself,
technology.
yeah.
It's right.
Yeah, I know
Taro
you're-
wouldn't have thought much of it, actually.
No, I didn't think of that either.
If he didn't, what I'm saying, he sees that and sort of begins to get past you and runs down to it and shuts it. We must keep this shut, you got my message.
By
you have
message,
to-
you
You
mean
mean
a
the
stone?
meeting stone? Yes.
You could have just scribbled where you were at on a parchment paper.
He did not want others to be able to read that, Taro.
Then anyone would have gotten anyone could have gotten our location. And then he beckons you to come in the room quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, have you got the decanter?
Yeah, I swing my backpack off, open it, and start to unpack the decanter, and I hoist it up. Men have lost their lives. Many men have lost their lives for this, Ansel. It better save.
Yes.
Better save at least one man's life. Malleus, how are you feeling, Malleus? And I shove the decanter in his chest and approach Malleus.
He's out. When you came in, you saw a candle burning in the middle on a little table.
Mm-hmm.
It has a strange smell to it. You can. He looks fevered. It looks like he's gotten worse somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
He's stirring around, fighting with like he's having bad dreams.
Mm-hmm.
He's perspiring. It looks like Ansel's been doing what he could to keep his temperature down and whatnot. He opens it up and he said, yes. A lot of things have happened. I had to bring him here. And then he stops and he looks over. And for the first time, you notice, like in the corner, a man sitting there as he takes note of him.
Oh,
You'll
my
see him
hands
sitting
to my sword hilt. I start to pull.
He looks similarly robed as Bonner.
Okay.
All right. He opens palms to you, and stands up a little bit. I mean you no harm.
Yes, you should speak up, friend. I did not know you were there. I can get you killed. And I slide my sword back in.
Indeed, I am. I come to aid Ansel with Malleus and to give you news. Some grave happenings have occurred since your departure. This man, and he stands up gesturing toward Malleus. Malleus moves a little bit and shakes and shudders as Ansel tilts his head a little bit and tries to spoon feed him a little bit of elixir from the decanter. Right. And you heard it when he opened it up too. And the smell of it almost goes over the candle, this burning in the room. You feel strangely rejuvenated by the candle. In fact, roll 1d4 if you have any temporary corruption and take that
2.
from.
Okay. I do not, but Taro was going to slide onto the floor and take a little nap because he's exhausted, but maybe smelling this kind of peps me up a little bit.
Yeah. Y'all been through a lot, so it definitely eases you, and it's a calming type type of aroma that
And
you're
that's coming
breathing
from
in.
the candle, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But when he popped that decanter, the scent of the decanter was very strident. You know, definitely hits you. It dies down a little bit as your nose numbs to it. But Malleus is trying to choke this down.
Mm-hmm.
And Ansel's been working on him. So the priest begins to, or he announces his name with a bow, which is Galeno. He's a missionary to the Karabetic goblins. He runs a soup kitchen over there in Blackmore from time to time, too. And he is one of the followers of Servola's denomination, as it were. Now, Father Servola is now, Cabela, you would have remembered whenever Ansel took you to look down through the grate at what was happening in that last thing. He mentioned that that someone had escaped from there and had informed Father Servola of what he had seen occurred. As he begins to talk, he lets you know that he had seen what had occurred and escaped to let Father Servola know. And he knew that what was more concerning too was that they had to hide Malleus because he's been accused of the multiple murders in Blackmore, as well as that had filtered over into Thistlehold of the serial murderer.
Taro steps close to Galano. Who has accused him?
He takes a half a step back, like you're being too forward, and he goes, "It is not I. I only bring you the message, but Fritz Randall accuses Taro of this."
And who is Fritz Randall?
Well, I don't know if David would have told y'all of that, but he was. Yeah, I'm sure he would have been braggadocious about the noble woman that he was with. That was the noble.
Right, I remember that. Right. Okay, I thought the name sounded familiar. This was the spouse of the woman, right? Fritz Randall. Okay, so he's a nobleman, right?
Oh, okay. He's trying.
Most think he's dead.
Fritz Randall's getting revenge because Malleus is screwing his wife. We got it. Okay.
Now, most think he's dead, or not around, but word of his description still abounds. And the guards that have been posted double duty, we had to get Malleus out of that situation and take him to an isolated area. Now, another, he turns on his heel and, if you would please follow me. And you hear Malleus cough and sputter a little bit and start to groan as he's starting to sit up.
I'll ask Ansel. Will he be well, Ansel?
He will be, and he has a bright smile on his face. That there's some life coming back to it. I couldn't reverse the effects until now. All I could do was keep it at bay. Mm-hmm. And he's wafting more of the fragrance of the candle toward Malleus, going, breathe it in, my friend.
Taro steps forward, seeing the smile on Ansel's face, and says, "Please tell me the side effects are not impotence, because Malleus would not want to live with that."
Yeah. He will be all right. He's overjoyed that his patient has come to full terms. And the Galeno is waiting patiently at the door. It's another door into another room, right?
Okay.
When
so
he
I'll
opens
nod
it up,
to Bello as we, toward Galano, and I'll move toward him, following him.
and he stops. He doesn't open it up like that, and he goes, "Please, Ansel, join us." And Ansel wipes his hands on his apron and whatnot, and of course, and he kind of goes in between you two to get to the door. And Ansel looks at you and says, "What you're about to see is disturbing, but we had to look into this. Had to do a section to see what is causing this." And then Galano calms him down a little bit, and he says, "Well, let them see. Maybe they know." Anyway, he creaks the door open, and there's another table in there, and there's another individual laying. This individual has been cut open. What you see is this individual is half rotted, decomposed. He's swathed up in a shroud over certain areas of his body, just to kind of retaining from spilling out of himself. His hollowed eyes, he doesn't have eyes in him. There is vines that are protruding out of his limbs and hanging down onto the floor, and they're somewhat moving and reaching out, as it were. But they're limited in their movements. They're more or less caressing the legs of the table as it goes out. But the stench hits you again. It seems like there's some undulation in the flesh and the way it moves, and you can hear a popping and creaking and gas release, methane gas release as he's landing. And then they quickly, he grabs, "Please put this on." And I should have given you this first. And
yes,
he's giving you masks.
And I'll tuck my. I say to him.
But he gives these.
Pointing with my sword, using my sword to point in his general direction. Are you telling me this is what Malleus would have turned into?
Ansel, first of all, Ansel's the one that had forgotten the pest mask that you should wear, and he's passing them out. And you do see little fungal dust motes laying around there, which brought to his mind to put these on. And then whenever you say that, as far as what Malleus would have turned into, Galano turns and looks at you, and said, "I'm afraid so. He escaped certain doom just in time. I have heard there was much mistrust of the goblins, and I began to search as they were being fingered for the murders that were occurring in Blackmore as well as Thistlehold here. So I took it upon myself, with Father Savola's acceptance, to delve deeper and try to find the root of this cause, and that's when I discovered the cult.
Cult?
There are.
Where did you find this draggle? This fungal draggle? And I point my sword at the body as I say that, so he knows I'm talking about this creature.
Yeah, that's what's concerning. We found him in a back alley, not 3 blocks from here. We had him. We had him moved here to find out what exactly is occurring.
And you're telling me you believe a cult? This is not a natural pestilence. This is not a plague. This is not an occurrence that is made happen by a cult.
Someone is trying to bring the corruption of the Davenport here.
Seems
right underneath our noses.
Christ, man, it appears as though they have.
He looks like he has to face that truth, instead of living in denial. And he calms himself and looks at you. Yes, it does. It does. It's crept from beneath us into our streets right now.
Is there a name of this cult?
When I had first delved and found them, tracking the goblins, nay, not the Karabetak, but there are a horde of sightless goblins that are loose upon in the bowels of the city. They are doing these atrocities.
Yes, we have seen them. We have seen them.
This is a recent occurrence, and no more than, and he's thinking back, no more than several moons. But they've infected the city, and I know not. There was some creature, and he starts to tremble a little bit as he's going from recollection. Some slithering, decomposing creature.
Mm-hmm. We have seen it. We know of what you speak. We've seen it. Okay.
He looks in shock a little bit. Like finally he's had somebody confirm that he wasn't just insane for saying this stuff. So there's a gush of relief. You've seen it too. As he takes a half step towards you, almost puts his hand on yours.
Yeah, I extend my hand to keep him at distance. Trust me when I say we have seen it. Cabello has seen it. I have seen it. Malleus was almost a victim of a ritual not, a month ago. We have seen it.
This is Malleus, and he glances at the door. Has been restless in his sleep. I can tell that the nightmares plague him. He would speak and scream out things. I think he's seen more than he realizes. We need him to come back to us to understand what exactly is going on.
And I'll look at Ansel. I'll look at Ansel and say, will he, Ansel? Will this bring him back to us?
Ansel just does one little curt nod, and he says, he has seen into and he's searching for a word, I believe he stared into the abyss, and the abyss has stared back. And that is where we'll close this portion.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what time it is.
Yeah, right? It's 2 hours. 2 hours and 3 minutes. Perfect.
10. Right. Okay, but I don't want to get any further.
All right, that's good.
And
the curtain falls on the question, who is this cult?
Yes.
What is the name of this cult, as Cabello asks the question, and the curtain falls, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
That was good. Nice.
Hey, whether somebody, you would be the next one to pick up on it.
Doesn't matter. If this is a two-parter, you can run it with Malleus, me. I mean, that's up to you. Next time we run Simbarum, if you want to run this as a... David will hopefully be obviously available, so... But I mean,
Yeah.
I certainly would allow you to. I mean, I will step out of my rotation to let you run a second part of this. Get David on his feet.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
that's
mean,
up to you. That's up to
either
you.
way,
It's a lot. It's hard work running
Yeah.
us, so I get it. If you need a break. I mean, Todd. And
no,
I
I just don't want to step
we're
in
like wrangling cats,
anything.
man. We're tough.
all I did was change it to where y'all were facing that situation to just a lead up
Perfect.
to that situation.
Perfect.
But
we
it don't
had to
have
get
to
out of
be-
the. We had to get out of the Davacar, so it was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun.
He used to jump off the boat, and he's like, "Why
Dude.
would he do that?"
Taro ain't fighting some crustacean with claws that's as big as a man. No, and I've watched it kill two. I'm swimming for it. Hell.
That thing is that Sly River Hunter is pretty freaking dangerous.
Right.
I don't think Caballo's just very keen about going in the water.
No,
It's
right.
probably
Well, in the
down.
water with it, that does seem nuts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the minute I thought, well, okay, it's clawed behind us, it's clawed in front of us. It appears to have. I thought I'm getting away from it. So Taro just responded, I got to get away from it.
Yeah.
But
I thought
that would have. I mean, it was
just
50-50. I could have dived in there with who knows what, right? I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I know y'all got a lot of questions or whatever. If he would have expounded upon what else is going on, I think some of it could be David, and I'll let David know what some of the nightmares entailed with him.
Yeah, and you
You know.
should do the recap tomorrow. You should recap this.
Me,
Yeah.
you think so?
Yeah, because it's pretty.
I think it would be. Yeah.
You got, and that would be a good way to also inform David of his nightmares
Mhm.
through the recap.
Okay. Yeah. I had to change it on the fly because I was going to start with y'all already then to find out the information.
Yeah.
Let's get there. And
That's
let
awesome.
It's good.
This was really
David.
good.
Wrong
Perfect.
with it.
And man, right on 2 hours and 3 minutes was perfect.
I wasn't even looking at the clock.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it was a change, and I thought, oh yeah, because to tell you the truth, when we was heading up there where David was running us, I was worried about the pirates, but I was actually worried about creatures in the, you know what I mean, in the river that might be able to.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean the river.
Before that.
The river creatures are pretty. Well, everything's pretty damn deadly, really. But the river creatures seem to be even, more deadly.
Well, that's the thing. You're really handicapped if you have to fight in the water.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
If you would have hit that thing while you were in the water, it would have only been a half damage.
Woo.
And every round, you would have to roll your strength to see if you didn't lose one toughness for lack of oxygen. Or
Drowning.
just,
Right.
so you're
Taking
working.
on-
Not
Water.
good, that's not good going in the water. Okay?
Right. Exactly. No, that's what
No,
I mean.
and
That's why I was going in it to swim away.
That thing had 3 on its grasping,
Yeah.
so that means it immediately takes you to
Yeah.
your mouth if you can't fight it.
Yeah.
So it ain't like no 1 and 2. It's like it grabs you
Right.
there, and then you get the second bite. If you don't stop from it pulling you, and you
Right.
can't break away, period, unless the thing dies or it changes its mind. Like,
Oh,
Right,
you're
right.
screwed. Yeah.
Yeah, you're screwed, and especially if you go underwater, because it's the first thing it's going to do is take you underwater.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
awesome.
So, and I mean, I know I was fast tracking, like the guy is just pulling them off the boat.
No, but that's good because
But-
it served 2 purposes. One, great narrative. Second, it tells us how dangerous the creature is.
Yeah, telegraph the danger.
It telegraphs. It's perfect use
Yeah.
of NPCs. We need to know
Yes.
how dangerous this thing is. It's a great way to make it clear. It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to explore a little bit, the rivers, and see what exactly,
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I'd throw in that about Vicamere too,
Yeah.
with the Andrix. Remember last time when he had to bail?
Yeah.
So you don't know if he's part of that or what's going
Awesome.
on with him. But
Yeah.
that question, like, what is he having to deal with?
Yeah.
So
It was great.
anyway,
Great.
no, I appreciate you guys playing.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I need a little game action then. It's I didn't even think I was going to be here. I thought I was going to be nursing a mother-in-law that's, at 90, you break your hip, your
Yeah.
lifespan is instantly reduced.
Yeah.
But she's doing great. She's
That's
a
good.
warrior, man. So, but we'll see her in a couple of weeks when she's released from rehab. But I'm just grateful to have a chance to play a little bit, right? So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I
It's like,
appreciate it.
I figured it would be better facing the river lobster instead of the Grudge Guardian.
Right.
This time was better odds.
Yeah, I think the odds
I
are
will.
about equal because old school is really lethal. So I think the Grudge Guardian is pretty damn dangerous too, right?
Oh, I
Which is
had to
awesome.
throw in the old school thing about like going in the dungeon and
Yeah.
all I did is like it's funny because it's like well, we get a pie tonight, right? And so I was like just 3.14.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yes,
Pie.
pie.
Pie. Yeah. Right.
That's all I was like, okay, we'll just set it
Oh
in
my
a certain
God,
time.
that's funny.
and roll it.
You got just one
But
pie?
anyway,
You didn't get multiple pies?
no, just one. It
Just
was
one
an apple
pie?
pie.
What pie was it? Can I ask which pie it was, Del? Don't disappoint me now. What was the pie?
Yeah, it cost $3.14. It was an apple pie.
There you go.
There you go.
You eat your apple pie with vanilla ice cream, Del?
Granny Smith. That's one thing. That's what got home. Bridget was like, "Oh, that's going to be great with some apple pie. I just don't need the carbs." And I was like, "No, with some ice cream."
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, get the ice cream."
Yeah. Now,
So-
I don't eat my apple pie.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing in America, right? Apple pie and ice cream. I don't eat. I eat ice cream as its own thing.
Yeah.
I eat pie as its own thing. I don't do.
You ever
the,
had
I
apple
don't-
pie with a slice of cheese?
No, but I eat apples and cheese as a snack. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
I
I
haven't
have
had
that.
apple
Actually,
pie with cheese. That's interesting.
I'll tell you a quick story about apple pie in Labrador, where I was posted once. The cook, one of the cooks, told me, he says, "You like the apple pie?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "There's no apples in the apple pie." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "No, we soak turnip in apple juice
Son of a gun.
Oh man,
because they couldn't keep
Yeah.
apples that long through the winter, right? There,
Yeah.
for some reason, I don't know. They had a shortage of them. But anyways, he says, "Yeah, it's turnip soaked in apple juice, and
So it's
even
marinated in apple juice. That's
and
brilliant.
unsalted crackers."
That's amazing. Yeah.
And yeah,
that's nuts.
at least that's the story they said. But
Well, I believe it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it would work.
those are the kind of stories you hear from the Great Depression in
Yeah,
American
yeah.
culture. You hear stories of how they
Yeah.
do all that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense actually. And turnips I think are somewhat sweet already, aren't they?
yeah, once
their
you
own?
cook them, they're sweeter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So.
amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
And what did you think? What the hell am I doing in this man's army?
No. No, it tasted good, so I was like, "Oh, okay, that's pretty."
That's
neat.
You know what kept me throwing me off because you guys are on a split screen on my phone.
Yeah.
And the top of Jason's head where his nose is, and I see him up, and I see Todd's mouth and nose. It's like so many times it was
What?
come in the
So
thing,
it's,
and I'm like,
it's,
dude, you're
it's
like,
Todd. It's
Well, it's
Todd.
like one of those. Yeah.
yeah, it's really crazy.
Maybe it's an improvement on both of us.
I think so.
Maybe.
That must have really been
Next time
confusing.
I'm not to flip the phone over or something.
That
and
must
get the
have
other
really
view.
been confusing because Todd doesn't talk as much as me. So there's all this talk coming in his mouth. ain't
I
there?
know.
I'm the one who talks all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had it
That's pretty
backwards.
good.
You needed me on the bottom, so you see my
On the
mouth
bottom,
moving all
me
the
on the top. Yeah, I know. Oh. Well,
time. And Todd's blue eyes. Todd's got those
I gotta-
perfect blue eyes, man. Yeah.
I gotta sign off. I'm
All right,
tired.
guys. Thank you much.
All
Great
right.
night.
All right.
Thank you, Dell.
Yes.
Thanks,
Same
Todd.
to you.
Bye
No
bye.
problem,
Okay,
guys.
thank you.